Wisdom every Wednesday at
Strength, courage, and wisdom with Rich McClaren. Strength, courage, and wisdom.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Rick McClaren, as you know it. Strength, Courage, and Wisdom every Wednesday at 9 a.m. now. That's a new time. Every Wednesday at 9 a.m. we are producing this show. We are on Facebook Live. We are on Mix Station Radio, Mix Station Live app, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, all under Mix Station Radio. Listen, guys, before we're just Facebook Live, but you heard all the other stations that we're on. We need you all to tune in. Thank you.
Strength, courage, and wisdom. We live. How you guys doing today? Only got one picture on the screen, guys. One picture on the screen. So listen, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Marcus got one picture on the screen. Okay, we're good now. We're back up. All right, guys, listen, this is Strength, Courage, and Wisdom on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. This is your boy, Rick McClaren, man, bringing it to you live. I couldn't miss this show. It's the last show of the year, and I thought it was important that I came on and we spoke today. Hey, Gary, how are you, man? Looking forward to seeing you this afternoon at the going away services from Miss Beverly, man. But listen, my brother Mike is on the line, my mom, Gary, Bess is on the line, some other folks on the line. We want you guys to call somebody, share this with somebody. We're going to have an open dialogue today. Matter of fact, the phones will be open all, after the first 15 minutes of this session. You guys to call in, and we're going to talk about 2020, and more importantly, we're going to talk about preparation for 2021. And I think that's important for us to do. So, as you guys always know, my girl Lucia, she's not available today, my co-host. And we're going to pray for her and hope that she gets well soon and everything gets right for her. And her, we're asking Jesus Christ to watch over her as she moves forward. So we're looking forward to her joining back in with us in January. So guys, look, I need you to call somebody, tell somebody. Once again, the number is going to be 1-855-493-6499. This is Strength, Courage, and Wisdom. We're going to have an open dialogue. We're going to talk about 2020. And we're going to talk about some things we got to do to get ready for 2021. If you ain't already ready, you still got some things to do. I still got some loose ends to tie up. I'll be doing those over the next 24 to 48 hours so I can get ready to bring in a brand new year. So as you guys know, man, I had these sponsors. I got to thank these sponsors. I thank them all year, and they've been great sponsors. I got Pierre Law, he's a great lawyer. You guys need to call him if you need some help. MGM Haberdashery, Marcus McAllister, any accessories, men's or women, clothes, hats, whatever you need, jewelry, my bracelet I have on today, all this stuff he provides for me. John Cashland, man, he got some gear for you. You got the jackets now, the goose down jackets. You got the sweatsuits, the sweatshirts, the ladies' dresses. He's got it all over there at his location from Cashland. We got the Cigar Diva. If you're female, male, you're looking for cigars, Cigar Diva Tracy will take care of you. Sterling is my home improvement guy. He does all the work around here, painting, fixing. He hung up my 2 mirrors that I just bought. He took care of that stuff for me. Prominent home inspection. Wow. That's my man, Chris Colbert, Chris Colbert. And he also told me now he's got Prominent sterilization company where they're going in their hazmat and smell, and cleaning up your facility for you. So that's opening soon. I am empowered by Iana. She is a ghostwriter. She's a book writer. She's a powerful young lady. Food for thought. Damien Hughes. Any catering events, any food you need, dinners, special meals, he can prepare them for you. And of course, my girl Lisa's Luxury Consignment Shop. I want to thank everybody who's went down there and supported her over the holiday season. We want to continue to support small Black businesses. Electric Butterfly, Janet, she's something else, man. She's got the health food on the lock, the sea moss, the black soap, the everything. You guys need to join her on Facebook and then support her with her drinks and her healthy concoctions. Diala Fragrances, that's my girl. Diala, she's got a great fragrance. It's for men and for women. Then there's a unisex version. We'll put all this information out to you later on where to reach these folks. And Essence of Youth, that is a a facial product to help you get your pores clean, get your face clean, get your things going. And in fact, I think I have Lucia's package here now for her, so she can do that. And of course, the music, my theme tune music is by my man Marcus Bevins. That is my Apple Scrapple, Marcus Bevins. And of course, this show is produced by my boys. And I want to tell you, Marcus and Wilbur, man, listen, from Mix Station Radio, you got to support those guys. They're doing a bang-up job. And I wanted to say that today to everyone. But listen, I'm happy you guys are joining on. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Hey, Judy Hunt, how are you? Good morning, Judy. How you doing? How you doing? This subject's probably going to be good for everybody. Today, well, let me finish what I'm saying. Excuse me. It's Capricorn season. I want to say happy birthday to the Capricorns. My brother Mike is a Capricorn. My boy E Diddy, my man E, he's a Capricorn. There's a lot of Capricorns. I think my girl Consuelo is a Capricorn too. They're real good people, but Capricorn season, we want to say happy birthday to the Capricorns, and you guys keep it moving. I also want to say a prayer out to a family friend. His name is Dean Green. He's from Newburgh, New York, our hometown, and my brother's Mike's one of his best friends. He had a sudden heart attack, and we're praying for him and hoping he gets better over the days to come. We're praying for him. And today, unfortunately, guys, that's why I have my white shirt on. I'm going to put my black tie on in a minute. I have the pleasure of speaking at a funeral this morning for my girl, Miss Bev. We call her Beverly Ray Peterkin, man. We want you guys to pray for my man, Dwayne, and the family. We want you guys to keep them in your hands and cover them because they're going through a rough time. And today at 12 o'clock, we're going to send Miss Beverly home in good fashion. Amen. Amen. So listen, here we go. So the subject today is we're going to talk a little bit about 2020 because I think it's important that we assess what has transpired. And then we're going to talk a little bit about 2021. And I want some dialogue from the folks here. That's why I gave you the number 1-855-493-6499. So in 2020, we started off the year in January. Soon thereafter, we got the COVID. Soon thereafter, we had the COVID-19. So we get two and a half months in, and then COVID hits us, and we're at a standstill. And wow, everybody, this year's been a tough year, I know, for everybody. Then we have a president that in 2020 that really doesn't have a clue. Then we have racial unrest throughout the nation, not only in one city, one state, one county, but throughout the nation, we got racial unrest. Then we got financial calamity, not only because of the COVID, not only because of the racial tension, but because of just what's going on around the world today. Then we had massive job loss. Man, incredible, man. What a year. So I know people are saying, well, what do we do? I mean, what am I doing? What am I going to do for next year? How do I recoup? How do I get back? How do I figure out my next moves? So once again, the lines are open early today because this is my last show for 2020. And I want participation from my audience just to say, how 2020 was and how you're going to move forward in 2021. So I'll tell you little things for me for 2021. I usually start my resolutions or my goals or my ambitions for the next year, usually in September or October. But this year I was a little late. I started doing them in December. And I'll share with you that it's been kind of a little unusual this year because I usually have a rhythm and a rhyme, how I do my goals. But this year, or my ambitions for next year, has been a little complicated because of the factors that happened in 2020. And some things are kind of foggy because it's not clear yet what's going to transpire moving forward. But I still have to have a vision to go somewhere. So you guys know that I always start off with a scripture when I talk, and of course that's Habakkuk 2:2. It says, "The Lord answered me and said, write the vision down, make it plain on tables so everyone can read it." And I'm telling you, you have to write these visions down. And what I would say too is make it plain so people can read it, make it plain so you can read it, and make it visible in your sight every day. So when I do my resolutions or my goals or my ambitions for the next year, I make sure I plaster them over my office. So wherever which way I turn, I'm reminded about what I said I was going to do. And hopefully that reminder will keep me on some kind of pace or some kind of movement to go forward with my dreams and aspirations. So I don't know what you guys do. I'm curious of what you guys thought of 2020. I'm curious to know what you guys thinking about 2021. Because I'm going to tell you, 2021 for me is going to be an interesting year. I got some ambitious goals, and you guys saw my post a couple of weeks ago. I don't usually do ordinary goals. I do things that probably blow your mind or think this guy is crazy or they're scary, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to go for it anyway, because I think even if I don't reach the goal, I reached a higher goal than I am today. And that's really what the gist of it is, man. You know, so, I hear you, Judy. Judy says, out of sight, out of mind. It's behind us. She got a vision board, and she is on her way. That's what kind of comments I want to hear, because that's powerful, man. Keep it simple, Judy. Thank you, Judy, for saying that. No question, man. We just need to understand that in 2020, we've been through a lot of stuff that we've never been through before. You know, this whole mask thing is crazy. You know, we always wash our hands and all that stuff, so I don't know about, but the mask thing has really been dramatic for me. Find the right mask that works with me and my breathing, and it's just been a big to do about that. And still this day is very frustrating. We never thought that we would look like a third world country, but because of our leadership and neglect of not addressing this early when it was really here in December and November of last year, has caused America to be broken down, to be brought to their feet, to be humbled, to be honest with you during this year. But needless to say, you can put that behind you, but still it has residual effects of how we move forward. Because the economy is not 100%, you go to open a business or you go to do something business-wise, you got to be concerned about the dynamics of if you can open or not, or how long will you be open before something else pops up. Things like this is what I'm talking about. Something pops up with COVID. These are the things I'm talking about that we need to address now if we can. So I've kept my thing simple, but yet still the heights of what I want to do are extraordinary. So I'm curious to hear what you guys have going on, and want to hear from you guys. And you can even make a comment. I'll read your comment like I did Judy's in regards to what you guys have done, thought about 2020. And then, of course, I definitely want to talk to you about what you plan on doing or how you're addressing 2021. Now, some people sit back and say, hey, Rick, January 1, so what? It is what it is. It's just another day for me. But see, some people need markers. You need benchmarks. You need points in your life where you're going to make a transition, or you're going to make a new, you're going to do something different. And that day for me generally is January 1 and generally around my birthday time. Some things I make around those times, I'm going to be doing something new, something different. I'm going to approach something different. I've written something down that I want to do, I want to gain by that time or during this time. So we're going to talk a little bit, about preparation and things of that nature. So if you have any comments, guys, listen, the number is 1-855-493-6499. We would love to hear from you, man. Me and Lucia have been rolling all year this year, and unfortunately she cannot be here today. But we want to talk to you, or I want to talk to you today about your transition plan. What do you plan to do? I mean, I can tell you now from my experience, right? So I still had a decent year. Oh, Tanya, how are you, Tanya? I'm trying to read your thing, Tanya, at the same time. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Tanya, all I do is manifest and win. No apologies, no explanations. Removing people and places and things that do not serve me. Hold up, I'm trying to get it, Tanya. Big goals. Do not serve me, big goals. Good comment, Tanya. Thank you so much for Tanya. Oh, Tracy Queen. What'd you say, Tracy? Real estate is about to have the first tenant and focusing more on health. This is a challenge for me in the winter. So I have to ignore and just sit on the couch and couch syndrome. Oh, wow. You can call in, Tracy. You can call in, Tanya. Hey, Miss Barry, how are you? I agree. Write the reason down. I am telling you something. There's something about the power. So I share with you guys that I have to speak at a funeral today, and I had my first and second draft crafted for my conversation today at the funeral, my speaking engagement or speech, whatever you want to call it, at the church today. But I couldn't sleep. I got to start getting restless about 4:30. And I'm not going to lie to you. It ain't nothing but God. He tapped me on my shoulder and said, get up. I need you to rewrite this thing. So at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm kicking and screaming like, I can't go back to sleep. So I wake up. I get up at 5:10 this morning, and I get on my computer, and I got this document in front of me. And I am telling you, I am sitting here, and my fingers are moving, and I'm thinking it, but my fingers are moving at the same time. I rewrote the whole cotton picking thing. That tells you have to write it down. He knows I can't go in there with just on the top of my head off the cuff. You have to write things down, and you got to make it plain. And you got to make it kind of simple. But I want you to reach for the moon. And if you get to the stars, man, Lord have mercy, a lot of us will be a lot better. Even if you get to the clouds, you'll be better than what you're doing today. And that's what we're asking for. And that's the power of what you need in today's world with the president we currently have, with hopefully the new president comes in January. If we don't have no mutiny going on with our current 45, we will be seeing better days. Now, the question now, when you're writing your goals for 2021, is how are you going to see those better days and when they're going to come? Because you don't know when things are going to get back to some kind of equilibrium. Some things are going to get back to some kind of level. You don't know. But I trust that you have an idea of where you're at, and some of these things might be. So let me break it down for you. Let me break it down. So when I write my goals down for my personal goals. Now, so my personal goals are about my health, my weight, my things of that nature. I'm going to work out. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to lose weight. So that's something you can do. That COVID has nothing to do with that. So your personal goals, you got to break them down now. So you break them down to 5 sections. To me, personal goal. Then your family goals. What are you going to do with your family? Your immediate family, your extended family, family reunions, family time, travel, all that kind of good stuff, or really in that area. Once again, COVID, financial, might have a little bit to play on that, but they don't have a big part to play in. There's something that you can achieve and get going until you see the coast is clear. Career and finance. Now, that's one area. Now, you might have to hesitate. You might have to hold off and say, well, I'm going to write these things down, but I'm going to say right now, I can't do them in January right now, but maybe I can do them in April after the first quarter. Or maybe I can do them after the second quarter in July. So you try to plan ahead and say, listen, I want to open a business, but because the economy is shaky, I know this thing will do well in this economy, but still I cannot do it because the banks are not lending, or I don't have enough money right now, but I plan to do it in July, and I can start the process in July. But you write these things down so you don't forget it, and you make it visible in front of you somewhere every day. So it's consistent. It's pounding at you. It's like, you can feel the drum. You can feel the beat. That's what I'm talking about. And then your second one is health. Health, all your health, your physical, your mental, everything. Once again, there's something you can work on. Outside of COVID, outside of racial unrest, outside of financial thing, outside of job. You can work on yourself. And last but not least, you got to work on your spiritual. Woo-wee! Now, you know you don't need no, COVID can't mess with you on your spiritual. You know, finance can't mess with your spiritual. The racial unjust can't mess with your spiritual. But if you get your spiritual in order, I'm going to tell you something right now. A lot of these other things will fall, right? And that's a blessing of it all. So you can work on some of these things while some of the things clear so you can see where you're going. And that is a beautiful thing. My man, Gary Best. Oh, Gary, you said, let me see what you said, Gary. Let me see. Another comment. You guys can call in. Once again, guys, 855-493-6499. But Gary says 2020 was a transformative year for me. I experienced phenomenal progress in many aspects of my life. For 2021, I'm doubling down, improving my health, my cultivating relationship, pruning things, people, pruning. I love that word. I love that word. I love that word. I love that word. Pruning things, people not aligned with my vision. Woo, you said a mouthful there. Developing recession-proof income state streams. Woo, I got to repeat that one. Developing recess-proof income streams and putting God at the forefront of everything I do. Gary Best, man, let me say something to you, my brother. That you said a mouthful right there. I could talk all day on what he just said there. The pruning, oh Lord. Oh man. Every year I go through this process, man. And people, things, places, you got to prune, man. You got to get the dead weight off you. And like, yo, you got to get off me, man. I got to start sprinting come January 1. I can't take it slow. I'm in it for the long haul, but I'm going to start off fast. I can't carry all this dead weight. I got to keep it moving. Somebody posted this morning. I saw Miss Berry post this morning. She said, I got to get rid of toxic people in my life. You cannot move forward if you got toxic people in your life. This is true. But one thing he said at the end, putting God at the forefront of everything you do. That is that spiritual side. If you ask him, you obey, you listen, you do, things are start falling in a line. Things are start making sense. Things are start coming together. That is what it's all about. But you got to write it down. You got to have a vision. You got to have a vision board. You got to speak it into existence. And you got to do. We no longer, I said this last year, I say this almost every year. I am tired of rhetoric. I'm tired of somebody always talk you to death. But at the end of 12 months, we see no results. Oh, that's tiring, man. That's tiring. It's terrible. You can't do that. You got to move. Oh, Dawn, how are you, Dawn? Power of seeing the words. Yes, it is. This is true, Dawn. That is so true, man. So, guys, look, I want guys to call in, man, 855-493-6499. I know you guys have gone through a lot in 2020. We went through a lot of deaths. We went through a lot of financial ups and downs. We went through, have to be locked down in your home, which is in confinement, which has been good and bad for some families. We went through a whole lot of depression and mental issues that's going on with us during 2020. This 2020 thing that happened in 2020, this is why it's important you address it, you deal with it now, will have a ripple effect. So I used to own a boat. And they used to say that if I come through at let's say at 5 or 7 knots, my wake, meaning my ripple effect, my waves, my wake will go on for miles. I am saying to you that this 2020, this everything that's happened, the COVID, the race, the joblessness, the financial thing, will have a wave or a ripple effect for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. And we're going to have to figure out a way to deal with the rippling effect or the wake over this time. It's important that we do it. So how you do that? You have to do some kind of semblance of a plan. You got to have a way out. You got to have an exit strategy. You got to have a plan and then a backup plan. So like today, I'm speaking today. I have my iPad, and I'm hoping I can use that iPad while I'm speaking. But if that iPad goes dead or I can't have no Wi-Fi connection, I have a hard copy right here in my jacket. You understand what I'm saying? I have a backup plan. So when you're writing your plans and you're getting yourself prepared for 2021, you got to write the plan and then write another plan behind the plan to back up your plan, just in case some of these things don't happen or something manifests itself or something goes awry. You can then have a backup or recovery plan. That's what people say, that if some of these things you don't need a backup plan. But like I'm saying, for instance, like career move. Let's say, for instance, you want to change jobs and you're in a current job. So sometimes you can't really change the job you want to go to, a new place, new job. You might have to start after the 3rd, 4th month, start looking within your organization to get a higher job within your organization versus going outside. So there's 2 plans working at the same time. I'm working on trying to get out, and I'm also working about going up. 2 plans. Which one comes through, we don't know. But this is key. My number is, come on, guys. I want this last show to be more interactive. I appreciate the comments. And I'm going to read the comments. Lawrence Cotton, how are you? Hey, Karen, wake up. What's up, baby? She said, 2020 was a wake-up call. Hey, Karen, how are you? Yes. 855-493-6499. And Judy said, faith without works is dead. We must set goals that excite us and scare us at the same time. Give God something to work with. Oh, have mercy. You said a mouthful there, right, girl? That's the thing I said. I posted that same saying a couple of days ago. Most of my goals, if everybody saw a lot of my goals, they'd be like, yo, this guy's crazy. I'm not crazy. I got a method to my madness, man. I got a method to my madness, man, because I know if that's what I'm reaching for, I know I'm going to get up there somewhere. And I'm hoping I surpass these goals because I've done it before. That's another thing, too. Proven history will tell you if you've done it before. And I've done it before. So my past tells me what works. And my past tells me what doesn't work. Now, I'm going to tell you, I was not always financially secure. I was not always the big guy. I was always not this and that. But until I start employing some of these thoughts, some of these processes, some of these guidances, things begin to get better. See, some of y'all need to go in your prayer closet and pray to God and say, God, what do you want me to do? What do you want to see me doing in 2021? I want to do your will, not my will. See what you come out with. I tell you, you'd be like me this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, you'd be on your computer typing like crazy. It was incredible, man. I could not believe it because I was kind of stuck because the young lady I'm speaking about is a very, very good friend, and she passed all of a sudden. And I spoke at many funerals now, 4 or 5 funerals now, and I had no problem of writing, but I was stuck on this one because this is my girl. Bev was my people's, man. And just sad. Then probably I'm more sad because my best friend is hurt. And we don't know, we don't know how to consult them. We're trying our best, but we don't know how. So my writing, I want to make sure it was hitting a note so that everybody can get back together like some glue. So I was stuck, but he woke me up in the morning and he fixed it for me. And I can't wait to go into the day. I'm going to be on fire. Because I got something to say. It's going to be powerful. But I had to write it down. So, guys, I want you guys to call me, man. Call me, 855-493-6499. Or you can make a comment. That's cool, too, as well. Let me see if I got some more notes here. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing, man? But listen, tell somebody, man, ask them to come in and call. You guys can call. We can talk about 2020. We can talk about 2021 because there's a lot of things going to be happening in 2021. And we can have a chat about it. Come on with it. Hey, Judy, I know you want to call, Judy. Call in. So a couple things when you're writing your goals, your aspirations, your dreams, what you want to happen in 2021. So normally, this is how I do it. I do those 5 areas: personal, family, career, finance, health, and spiritual. I do those 5 areas. And then I do it for 2021. I kind of do a supplement of that for 2022 and 2023. So based on what happens in the results of 2021, we'll clearly see if it should be in line in the writing, but some things have changed. So therefore, I make those adjustments in 2022, and therefore then I adjust 2023. So you're kind of like looking at a short term, but you're having a long-term vision as well. So, and that's cool, and that's great, man, because you got to have a short-term vision because you got to deal with the now, but you got to have a long-term vision, because you got to know where you want to go. Hey, Kate, how are you? Sometimes we have to write it in our heart. It will always speak the truth. That is so true, Kate. Thank you for that, Kate. That is beautiful, man. Sometimes we have to write it in our heart. It always speaks the truth. That's a good saying as well. That is true. So you got to write it in your heart too. You got to be passionate about it. You got to be passionate about it. You got to be intentional. That's a word I want you to put in your vocabulary in 2021. Being intentional. Having a purpose for everything you do. I like what Gary said earlier. Gary, you said something that was powerful, man. You said cultivate relationships, pruning things and people and places that are not aligned with my vision. Do you have a vision today? Do you? know what you want to do tomorrow, no less than 2021? Do you know what you want to be in 2025? Do you know who you want to be in 2021? Do you know where's your outcome at 2024? What do you want to look like financially? What do you want to look like as a person? What do you want to be like spiritual in 2021? Do you have an idea? Do you have a concept? If you don't, you have to write it down now. Get to work, people. Get to work. To me, you got 48 hours to make this thing right. Get it right, man. Start writing it down, man, and post it all over your office, man. In your bathroom, on the mirror. Sometimes I used to have these. I gotta get back into it. I used to do these sticky note things and put them on my bathroom and remind me that I have this goal I have to achieve. And every day you gotta do something towards that goal, or it's not going to happen. And I gotta get back to that. See, this is why I say this show is good, because this show is good for me more specifically than anybody else, because I'd be kind of talking to myself to reinforce myself, to understand myself, to get back into a groove or get back into a mood. So I'll share with you a quick another story, guys. Let me see if anybody spoke anything yet. Okay, I'll tell you another story. I've been kind of like in a funk, man. I'm trying to figure out why. And it's been happening since maybe December 20th, maybe the 18th, 19th, 20th. Just been in a funk, man. It's like, just like Debbie Downer, just not feeling good about things and thinking a lot and, man, just going through. And these times you have these things, you know what I mean? So the first thing I start doing when I go through that is try to write things down to see what's going on with me, man. So one I can tell you was the holiday season. First time the family not together. You know, it's that kind of bothered me. My dad, you know, he's heavy, always heavy on my heart. You know what I mean? So it got me. It just grabbed a hold of me. And then because my 2020 goals, now I finally figured out what it was. My 2020 goals had not been achieved. And now I have to upgrade and enhance and plug my 2021 to recoup what I didn't do in 2020. And I was saying to myself, it's going to be heavy, big fella, but you can do it. And I knew the heaviness was coming because I was in this funk, in the stupor. But guess what? I start writing it down. I start figuring it out. I start talking to myself. I start listening to motivational speakers. I start talking to people about it. I start going to my mentor about it and talking a little bit about business and then talking about life and talking about my health and getting a plan for my food, my diet, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, you start to feel better because you have a plan. You know how to get out. We're going to get out of this, man, but you got to have a plan yourself, too, to get out. Lawrence Cotton said, we have to kick what ifs in the behind. Our vision can't come to fruition if you get stuck on what if or not qualified. What if too much. Failure cannot be an option. Failure cannot be an option. Man, I hear you that, Lawrence. I hear you now. Failure cannot be an option. So I'm asking you, right, in 2021, we have 4 minutes. And once again, my phone number is 855-493-6499. We got a call.
Go ahead, Beth.
Hey, caller.
Brother Rick, how you doing, sir? This is Gary Best, man.
Gary Best, how are you, sir?
Sir, I'm doing great, man. So, man, great show. I'm glad I had the opportunity to tune in today, man. But I don't know if you know, man, but if you remember, but we met back in 2019, and I was sharing some goals I had coming up, and you just shared some stuff with me to let me know that I wasn't quite ready, and so I didn't launch at the time that I thought I was going to launch, but I kind of went back and made some changes, and I'm going to relaunch that idea next year. But one of the things I wanted to share that was so important is that there were some aspects of kind of the goals I had that I really wasn't aware of. And so it was just important to speak to someone who has already been down that road, seen the roadblocks, seen the promised land, to like give me some insight of some things that I could never even like anticipate. So man, so that meeting that we had in 2009 made me shift some things, which in 2020 I was, like in a position to not really be hit kind of hard. And actually, man, I've made some great gains this year. Of course, I've lost some folks that I love. So that has been hard, man. But other aspects of my life, finances, health, man, just relationships with people just have been phenomenal. And so next year, brother, I'm just going to do more of the same, man. But the seed that you planted in me in 2019 was critical in the moves I made this year, brother. So I just want to thank you live on air, man, in front of the entire world, brother.
Thank you. Gary, I appreciate it. I remember that meeting we met over at, it's not here no more. It's closed. I never forget that meeting. We had a great time, and we shared, and I'm glad to see that you made those moves, man. And once again, that goes to another subject, Gary. Sometimes we are scared to ask people questions, I wouldn't have been able to answer it if I didn't know what I was talking about, and you wouldn't believe what I was talking about at that time. But we got to get out of that mantra, out of that mindset that we can do it all by ourselves without asking people who've been down the road before, or people that have done it before, or people that have been successful, or not even non-successful. So you don't hit some potholes, and they can avoid some potholes, and they're going to hit some anyway. And that's important in your planning. And you went planning, you move forward, and that is great, man. I'm so happy to hear about that, man. You bring tears to my eyes, brother.
Oh, yes, sir. And man, I want to add, man, and brother, I want to add, man, there was a friend of ours, Mr. Dwayne Peterkin, who encouraged me to reach out to you, man, because I was thinking, man, Rick is so busy, he got so many things going on, I didn't want to bother him. And Dwayne was like, call him.
That's it. That's right. There you go.
Call, brother.
Absolutely.
So glad I
Absolutely.
Did,
call me. That's my man, man. Love that brother, man. You don't even know, man. This is going to be a tough day today, but we're going to get through it. Trust and believe, man. But thank you for calling, Gary. I really appreciate it, man. And congratulations and keep up the good work, my brother. Hey, guys, listen.
Yes, sir.
I need you guys to grab the phone, man. You guys need to call, and I want to hear your voice. 855-493-6499. Here in McLaren, she says, sometimes you have to be selfish and put yourself first. Woo! Woo, that's a mouthful right there, Ken, because I think a lot of us are not selfish enough anyway. And then some people are too selfish, but that's a whole nother story. Your goals are first. Your health is first. Your finances first. You cannot be afraid to say no when it doesn't benefit you. Woo! I got to read that again. You got to be selfish. Put yourself first, your goals first, your health first, your finances first. You cannot be afraid to say no when it doesn't benefit you. That's a mouthful right there. She knows what she's talking about too, man. Lady Sharp, man, no question right there, man. No question. Listen, guys, I need you to dial in, man. Mix Station Radio, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you interactive, man. We're trying to get you involved in our conversations. Next year, we're going to have a bang-up year. We're planning now. We're planning for the radio, this station here. We're planning some big things to happen. Hopefully, we get back in the studio eventually. That's another thing that's transpired. We're doing everything virtual. How's everybody feel about the virtual world? Because I'm going to tell you something. I worked from home before the pandemic. I'm tired of this, man. This is driving me crazy. I like interaction with people. See, I work from home, meaning I started at home and I go see my people, and then I come back home. I don't have no office-based office in my home. But I always could do WebEx meetings because we did them all the time. I'm an IT guy, technology firm. But right now, I'm about sick and tired of virtual. I need human contact. I need to see, touch, talk, have some good open dialogue so I can see your body language, get a feel where you at, if you're going to buy, not buy, going to do, not do, are you interested, not interested, and virtual gives you a little different feel. I'm learning it better, but right now I'm about tired of virtual from a business perspective. I like to conduct my business one-on-one, but I know this is where it's going. So I'm going to keep it moving for now, and we'll get back at it. What do you guys got to say about 2020? What do you guys got to say about your preparation for 2021? I want to hear what you have to say. Once again, number is 855-493-6499. Give us a call today, man. We want to hear from you, man. So I was saying earlier that 2021, you got to be intentional. You must have purpose. You must be focused. You must be in it for the long haul. Because if you got a short fuse, a short window, I'm going to tell you something. Anything that ever came quick for me was fleeting, meaning it didn't last long. But anything I took a while to get, to nurture, even relationships, you take your time, you nurture a relationship, and they'll be with you forever. Even if you break up, even if you go through fights and arguments, if you start off right, they'll end right. But if you start off fast, you know how it happens, guys. You gotta, everything has a process in life. And I think that there's some things that can happen quickly, but usually when things happen quickly for me, they're fleeting. I mean, they don't last long. I mean, like I say I have a good month and I make a whole bunch of money, and I say I can do it again next month. Normally I can't do it again next month. But the ones that I want is the steady eddies. The ones that I can depend on every month, they're going to bring me a certain amount of revenue, and that revenue builds on top of another company is giving me enough revenue. Another company is giving me enough revenue. And that's why I like the long-term longevity relationships. Can't be in it for the long, short haul. That's why I said you have a short-term plan and a little bit of a long-term plan. And if you do that, I am telling you, man, you're planning your game. Like I can talk right now, and I know Wilbur and Marcus will listen to us now, man. These guys had a short-term plan and a long-term plan for their radio station. And this radio station is slowly but surely getting to the place they want it to be. And it's in their business plan, which is part of their plan for this station moving forward. And we need you guys to support these brothers. These are African-American brothers. They happen to be brothers too. And we got to support Mixed Station Radio. We got to get more visitors, more people on these shows, get on their shows. It's not a crazy number. It's not expensive. You got to support these brothers. They're doing a bang-up job. They are businessmen. They're doing a great job. And if you want some exposure, you got something you want to talk about, you got a show, an idea, go talk to them and they will help it happen, make it happen for you. So that was my plug for Mixed Station Radio. Those are my boys, Wilbur and Marcus Nichols. Yeah, so listen, who else? Karen said, I want to see physical people too. I want to be physical. I want the physical see people too. I hear you that one, man. That is deep, man. This whole virtual thing is crazy, man, for me. And I've been doing virtual, forever because I'm an IT guy. So we've been doing WebEx, a lot of meetings in WebEx, but most of it has been more around just when we call a meeting, they couldn't be available, so we would do it virtually. But now everything is virtual, man. So every meeting I've had in the last 9 months have been, except for 2, have been virtual. I went on site twice already, had an issue we couldn't do over the phone, so we had to get that deal done, so we made it happen. So listen, this is our last show for 2020. I shared with you that we had a real epic year in regards to what transpired over 2020. Pandemic, financial, racial unrest, joblessness, homelessness. I can go on and on and on to the magnitude we've never seen before. So I noticed it's discouraging to some, and some it wasn't. Like when Gary said, he had a good year in some areas. Like me, I had a good year in some areas. I had a bad year in some other areas. But I'm planning now for 2021, and I want 2021 to be successful. And I want to make up the ground that I lost in 2020. I don't want to forget about that ground. I want to make up that ground that I lost in 2020. So I'm giving you an example. Let's say you're used to making $100,000 a year. And let's say last year, 2020, you only made $80,000 because of the pandemic and because of the job. It had to go on furlough. Let's say that hypothetically. See, in my plan, I got to figure a way to make up that $20,000 in 2021. I'm not going to get, no, it ain't going to happen. I got to figure it out. So I put it on my board, I put it on my plan, and I put what things I can do on the side or other streams of income to make up this additional $20,000. That's a plan, guys. Are you planning? Do you know what you don't know? Do you know? I need you to start planning, man. Get it together, man. I'm telling you, if you plan, and I'm going to tell you something, I promise you this, and I was going to guarantee this. I'm like the guy at Men's Warehouse. I can guarantee this stuff. If you write a plan, especially a plan that God gives you, and that you've talked to him and he said, yes, let's go. You write it down. You keep it simple. You got measures in place, milestones in place, and you make it visible, and you tell confident people about so they can hold you accountable. I'm going to tell you something. Most of what you ask for will come to fruition in 2021. Do you got a plan? I got one. And you guys are going to see a lot of my stuff come to fruition in the first quarter. I've been working on something. You guys know I was opening a business, and I've been paying for office space for a year and a half. And it has almost devastated me financially in one area. But I'm committed. I believe in the business. I'm almost there. I'm going to be opening up sometime the first quarter of 2021. And it's going to be a blessing. See, but I had to see it through. I had to struggle. I had to cut some things off. I had to stop doing certain things. I had to sacrifice. Woo! That's a big word when you take into 2021 as well, is sacrificing. We got to start sacrificing more, man. I knew I couldn't. If I was going to keep this office space and actually furnished it and everything, computers, everything in it, I did that. I got the office space in August of 2019. I furnished it in September and October. Computers, new desks, everything. Oh man, it's great. 5 offices and 2 conference rooms. Furnished it. Been sitting there like that since October 2019. Finally, after the COVID went through his little thing, the first iteration of COVID, God is good. I'm going to tell you something. God is good. The people said we'd come in now and do your accreditation. Now the state's getting ready to come in and get my certification, and I can open finally, man. But I had the wherewithal and I had a plan. And I'm thanking God for letting me have the diligence to stay on course, man, and don't be distracted and don't be afraid. I could have packed up and threw away my grants and money that I spent, but I was determined I can't afford to do that. So I got to stick it out. So I had to make some sacrifices. Man, the vision is powerful, man. I am telling you, a vision is powerful. Yeah, be more aggressive. 2021 will be better. Lisa said the vision, let me see. The vision is what keeps me going. I believe in myself. This gives me the courage to get up, be motivated, and do what I do best. Now, that's Lisa from Lisa's Luxury Consignment Shop, one of my sponsors. See, I know what she's going through. We talk a lot. She's a businesswoman. She's asked me for some advice, and we've talked about it, and she's struggling. That's why I'm asking everybody, minority and non-minority, to go see her, buy something from her so that she can keep that desire and that motivation. Because every now and then, man, we all get depressed. We all get frustrated with life and what's going on. But if you can come in and smile and spend $10, $20 with someone like Lisa, $130, whatever you got, you don't know what you're doing for that person to keep her keeping on, keep her moving, because she has a plan. And I'm going to tell you right now, she opened up in January. In March, not even a month later, oh my, it all hell broke loose. You know what I mean? So she really struggled through 2019, and she's looking, 2020, excuse me. She's looking now to a greater pasture in 2021. She missed prom season. She missed wedding season. She missed galas. She missed every prominent thing in the consignment business that brings good revenue during certain months. And her months are April to August. But guess what? Because she's motivated, because she's determined, because she has a plan, she's still open. Because a lot of folks like her who just started in January would be closed because of their motivation going down, their desire going down, their will is willed out. They can't do it anymore. Thank you for that note, Lisa. Kay said, for my 2021, I want to be an instrument of God. With God, I can't go wrong. Woo-wee! That's true there. No question there, man. I think we all need a little bit more God in our life. I think we all do that. We all can get a little bit more God in our life. I think we'd all be better. Even myself, I got work to do, man. I'm not going to front, you know what I mean? So I'm just about real as going to be about that subject. So even myself, we got to incorporate more God, more God, more God, more God. So let me see what else I got here. I got Karen. Start the year with 500 credit score. My goal is to change it and look like it took a while, but it's 700 now. Whoa! Did you hear that? Man, that's a praise report right there. She started the year 2020 with a 500 credit score, and by the end of the year, she now has a 700 credit score. See, this is what I'm talking about. One thing about credit, which I do know how, if you don't plan how to figure out how to do this credit thing, your credit will be all over the place, man. So when you go to see a credit advisor, hypothetically, you hire one and you do it yourself, he's going to set a plan for you. He say, you're going to have to pay this credit card down 10 to 10%. You're going to have to open up another credit card. And it's got to be this amount. And then I need you to open a retail account. And then I need you to go get a loan. And I need you to pay this one off. And I need you to get this. We're going to get this off here. He gives you a plan to get where you need to get to. So her plan worked for her. And now she can go buy whatever she wants to buy. At 700 credit score, you can buy anything you want to buy. You don't even have to have no income, hardly. Really. So that goes to say a plan is important. So 2021, guys, we're going to ask everybody to start planning. Anybody want to share their plan with me so I can make them accountable or keep them accountable, share it with someone else. I don't care who you do, because one of the best components of a plan is how you're going to be held accountable. And who is going to be holding you accountable? And hope it's somebody that you're scared of, somebody you don't want to see you fail, somebody you don't want to see you like not miss the mark, so they can get in your butt, talk junk to you, whatever they got to do to get you back on the right highway. So listen, man, yo, 2020 was a good year for me in a lot of areas, but some areas it wasn't. So I shared with you that I was in a funk for the last 10, 12 days or so. I'm coming out of my funk because I see it. I can see it now. My momentum is going because I'm writing down, I'm meditating, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to my mentors, I'm having these open dialogues and trying to get to my next stage in my life. I'm blessed and I'm highly favored. I want to thank everybody, all my sponsors especially. And the packets will be going out January for my sponsors for the year. Let them know what's going on so we can get that in, so we can have this show continue on. But I want to thank each and every one of my sponsors for a great year. I cannot say enough about my sponsors. They're all small businesses, and I know this platform is not big, but I am big. So we're going to make it bigger. And that's my belief. So we got plans for it again, just like this radio show. I got a co-host with something I was kicking and screaming didn't want to do, and that's Lucia Ellis. And unfortunately, she cannot be on the show today, but she joined the show and brought a different dynamic, and I'm blessed and highly favored with her because she's a solid person, and that's what I like about Lucia. And one thing, she loved the Lord. So, and she knows the scripture in the Bible like the back of her hand. And she brings a different dynamic to my show, which is great. And I love it. And I'm praying for her that she gets better today and everything goes well there. But I want to thank, again, I got to say my sponsors because I will be remiss if I did not. Au Pair Law, that's Clay. That's MGM Haberdashery, that's Marcus McAllister. Cashland, John Cash. Man, he got some great gear. When I clean out, I usually wear his gear. Cigar Diva, when I smoke cigars, usually, you guys know I smoke a lot of cigars. I'm getting them from Tracy, from Cigar Diva. Sterling Associate, he was just here the other day, hanging up mirrors and pictures for me here in my home. Prominent Home Inspection, my man Chris. He does all the home inspections for new, old, buy, sell, whatever the case may be. And he's opening up now one of those, like a prominent, I forgot what he told me yesterday, but prominent cleaning facility, cleaning, come and spray the hazmat and get you guys ready to open up to the public and make sure your place is clean. He puts you on a plan to keep that going. I Am Empowered. That's my girl, Iana. She is she's a smart whip. That chick is smart. She's just really, really, really smart. So I can tell you can call her for business. You can call her for book writing and ghost writing or whatever else you want to do. Her prominent thing is that, but she's good for business as well. She's a smart girl. Food for thought, my man Damon Hughes. I want to thank him, man. He's my caterer. He does most of my catering. You guys got to get his shrimp and grits, man. You got to get his ribs. He can cook, man. Good guy, man. Got a great menu. You guys need to see him. His pricing is good. Of course, Lisa Luxury Consignment Shop. You know, they're down there in the Mount Washington area. You guys got to go see her. She's got a big store. She's got great inventory. There's no need, if you're looking for a Louis and a Dewey and a Christian Louboutin and a fur coat and all of that, no need to go to the retail outlets. Go to the consignment shop, save you a bunch of dollars, and get you a nicely used fur or a pair of shoes or a handbag or whatever. But she's steadily growing, and I'm proud of her and what she's doing, especially what she's done over this year. Electric Butterfly, my girl Janet. Now, Janet, I'll tell you something. She's a health nut. She's probably going to go on some fast where she's going to do nothing but water for 60 days. I can't do that. So this is her, but she do that. But she got the CMOS. She got all this other health stuff, man, to help you get healthy inside and out. She's deep. I can tell you that. She's real deep. Too much for me, but but I listen to her on some of the things, and it helps me. It has healthy. The Isle of Fragrances. Now, she's new. African lady. She used to live here in Baltimore. But she lives now back with her mom in Detroit, Michigan. And she started this fragrance. She called me. She's a young lady. She's like 29 years old. She said, Rick, I was in the basement. I created this stuff. And she's got these fragrances, one for men, one for women. And then she's got a unisex version. And she's doing well. Her Christmas orders were out the roof. And I'm so proud of this young lady. And she wanted to be a part of our venue. Last but not least is Essence of Youth. That is my mom's best friend, Mary Woods. She's got this product for your face, for your hair, to get your face clean, get you looking younger and looking beautiful. That's why it's called Essence of Youth. And we as African Americans, especially the males, we don't do enough of that. Now the women, they do all the mass stuff and pills and all that kind of stuff, but men don't do that. And when I'm finding out with her product, it's easy to apply, it's easy to use, and it seems like it's pretty good. Don't you think? Yeah, I do too. So those are my sponsors. I'm looking for some more sponsors for 2021. I want to thank Nick Station Radio for hosting this show for me and give me these platforms. You guys are the best. I mean, you guys, if you have an idea, concept of a show, give Wilbur and Marcus a call today. And that number is the same for them, 855-493-6499. I got to thank my musician, my man, my maestro. We call him the fake Fred Hammond. No, I'm joking with him, though. My man, Marcus Bevins, man. That is my dude, yo. And he's got a new song out. He's got the Mary song out. I didn't hear it yet. I didn't play it yet, but he's got a new song out. I want you guys to go and try to download that. Matter of fact, I'll put that in the feed as soon as I finish with this call. I want to thank everybody who joined this call. Let me see what else. Somebody say anything else? Yeah. So we're asking that. I'm heading out now, man. I'm going to get out of here and go to the funeral, man. The wake starts at 11:30. The funeral starts at 12. I'm going to be speaking on the behalf. He doesn't know this yet. He just told me I got to speak. And I'm like, I can't just speak. I'm not going to do that. So I got to have some structure to my speaking. So God put on my heart to speak as a friend. So we're going to do this like we do it, man. I love you guys all, man. We're going to say, Merry Christmas already, but more importantly, we're going to say Happy New Year. I'll see you next year, next Wednesday. I love you guys, man. You guys get the plan together, man. Write the plan, write the vision, make it plain, put it where it needs to be. It's funny, man. Love you all, man. You already know. Let's go.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Rick McLaren, as you know it. Strength, Courage, and Wisdom every Wednesday at 9 a.m. now. That's a new time. Every Wednesday at 9 a.m. we are producing this show. We are on Facebook Live. We are on Mix Station Radio, Mix Station Live app, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, all under Mix Station Radio. Listen, guys, before we're just Facebook Live, but you heard all the other stations that we're on. We need you all to tune in. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, my brothers.
You're welcome, Rich. My bad. I had the mic off.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brothers, man.
All right, Rich. Love you.
All right, man. I'm going to take care of that right now, fellas.
All right. Happy New Year and all those wonderful.